So most commonly when attacking the back, we're going to be using a seatbelt, right? It's also common to use double underhooks because I controlled the space underneath his armpits on both sides, and it would be difficult for him to escape, but I can't choke him from here. This is the position that offers us the best balance in that I can control one underhook, I can get an elbow on top of his shoulder to control the other shoulder, and I can attack the choke anytime it's available, okay? So you have your double underhooks for security, and you have your seatbelt for a balance of security and offensive ability, okay? The truth is when you're here, it's not just going to be as simple as controlling and looking for a choke, but you're often going to have to be fighting people's hands and maybe trapping people's hands. So what grip should I be looking for when? Okay. Well, first off, if we're controlling the hands straight, meaning that my right or left arm controls my opponent's right or left arm, okay, then I'm going to be controlling them right below the knuckles with my middle finger and my thumb, like that. This grip is very hard for them to clear. Try to clear that grip. Difficult. If I control his wrist here, he can rotate his wrist out very easily, okay? So when you're using straight grips, controlling at the knuckles is optimal, okay? If using cross grips, controlling like a zip tie, same thing, thumb and middle finger right around the wrist, this is optimal because his way of clearing this grip is to pull out, and you can't do that, right? So when using straight grips, you want to go under the knuckles. When using cross grips, you want to go around the wrist, okay? Now, cross grips are better. They're going to allow you to trap arms, okay? And ultimately, this is what we want to be looking for. When we use straight grips, people are often going to try to clear using their free hand, and this is often going to give us the ability to switch to cross grips. So anytime somebody addresses something like they're addressing a choke, that gives me a target to grab a wrist, right? It can be hard to chase hands, but remember that there's all these situations like grabbing a wrist will create a stationary target when they counter. Looking for a choke will create a stationary target when they counter. So you don't have to go reaching for people's arms. You just need to know when they're going to try to put their hands on yours and how to counter. So we know that this is the optimal straight grip, and we know that this is the optimal cross grip, and we know that we would like to progress from straight grips to cross grips, okay? The other thing you have to realize is that a grip can be offensive or defensive, positive or negative, right? I can grip my opponent and that's optimal. They could grip me. It's not optimal, but doesn't mean I can't still use it to my advantage, okay? So somebody gripping you can be tolerable, right? Just like when we're hand fighting, I might let someone grab my wrist so I can arm drag them. It's not what you want. You'd prefer to control somebody. I want to have a positive double cross grip, you know, straight jacket control. Like I want this, okay? But if it's this, it's not the end of the world. I know that I can still trap that arm, okay? I want cross grips, but I know that a straight grip is still better than no grip at all. Okay, so when I say hierarchy, what I mean is that straight grips are better than no grips, cross grips are better than straight grips, and positive grips are better than negative grips. But you can find ways to make use of situations that aren't optimal to you if you're being creative.